to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. The Rainbow Warriors ready to kick it away first. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. So FIU's offense will have the first possession of the game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
They'll run it. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Burrowing for yardage. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. The give on 4th down. There he goes. They make the stop, but not before. He gets enough to convert on 4th down, and rolling the dice pays off.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big 1st down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop them.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Uh-oh, look out. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a 1st down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a 1st down for this offense.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and their coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news, they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
So Hawaii's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. Nolan Ray, one of the better running backs in all of college football and a vital cog in this offense.
Well, he's a very special talent at running back, and in the future it'll be interesting to see if he sticks around. Obviously, it's a long season, a long way to go. He's got a lot of ability. He's got speed, he can break tackles, he can catch the football. No question this year, this guy is going to be the whole key to the offense.
He is, and I'll tell you what, to watch in this matchup where they're kind of outmatched at most positions, how can he still make an impact on this game? Making guys miss, like doing it by himself, or can his offensive line pave the way a little bit and maybe be neutral to get him some of those matchups? But he is the one guy on this offense that can make life very, very difficult for you. And the other defense knows that. Really curious to watch how this unfolds.
Looking for a man, it's Carey. He'll heave it deep. Working that left side. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw again. Finds his target.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Hits inside, it's Ray. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here comes the heat. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. The Rainbow Warriors are moving quickly down the field. Quick give. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. Long way to go on 2nd down. Off play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. They're all over him. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. And the Rainbow Warriors will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. So they put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. The give. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. We've reached the break. It's FIU with the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. from the gun, the ground game. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's changing the play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds his man in the middle. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
On 3rd down, offenses have their plays. What they like in 3rd and short, what they like 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. He wants to throw it. Left side is Odom. Makes the catch but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
3rd down play from the gun. Quickly out to the tight end. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they would go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Holds on, it's Stone.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Wants to throw it. Out wide left, it's Odom. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Breaks into the open. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
After a drive this long, a field goal would be demoralizing at this point. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to get it in. He stopped short of the goal line, couldn't find his way in, and it'll bring up 4th and goal. Hawaii calls it 2nd timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. Quarterback changing the play. The snap sets up the throw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Finds a man on the left. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
To the air, it's Carey. Look out! This time he's got it. Turning it on! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Lost to throw on 1st. He'll get rid of it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. FIU pushing tempo.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Gets rid of it.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Quarterback signaling to his guys. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the middle. Between the hashes, it's Lee. Into the house. Touchdown, FIU.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation. You can have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Hawaii will get things going as their offense makes its way onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Quick give. It's Rice. Found a little bit of running room on that one, but he's brought down and the clock continues to run. Final timeout taken by Hawaii. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. To the air. It's Carey. Oh, pressure's coming. And down he goes. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He lets it fly. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. We start with a look at the Pitt Panthers taking on the number 3 team, the Miami Hurricanes.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Hey guys, the FIU head coach told me coming out of the locker room. Their defense has done a terrific job so far, and today they're kicking off here to start the second half. That defense has got to step up again because they are facing a really stout running game. They've done a good job in the first half, but I will let you know how this continues to build here in the third quarter. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly. Second down to the air. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. The Rainbow Warriors will hustle to the line.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
And the Rainbow Warriors look to keep this drive humming. Motion from the wideout. Off play action on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
The Rainbow Warriors now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass, it's Carey. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up third down.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
It's caught downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together. Putting a drive like this together now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
First and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Rush is on. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
Turning to the running game here on third and goal. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. So now on comes the field goal unit from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. He splits the uprights. This is now a 7-point game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Keeps it on the ground. They get him down, but it's past the sticks, and it's a first down for FIU.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
They'll move the wide receiver. The lone back's got it. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Shotgun snap on third down. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down. FIU will line up to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. just haven't been able to get him going early in the...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
Fires to the wideout. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. And the Rainbow Warriors will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Trying to get started. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Panthers offense comes out ready to go on the attack. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Give to the back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Both of these teams still on the outside looking in at the top 25, but here are the rankings as we are winding our way toward the end of the season. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Handoff again. Oh, he's got some space. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Give to the back. Across the 25, he's got room. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Panthers are marching down the field. To the back. There he goes. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Nowhere to go. Same song, 2nd verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that too. Getting the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
Hawaii calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll use another timeout to try to save as much time as they can for their offense. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it's good! And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Looking downfield, it's Carey. Left side, it's Ray. Able to haul it in, and right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. The Rainbow Warriors want to crank the tempo.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Nice execution by the offense on 3rd down, understanding what they had to do to get the 1st down, pass complete, move the sticks, new set of downs.
And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They just keep firing. Under pressure. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like, they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to
makes the grab in their space. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo.
And this type of route, man, going all the way from the left side of the formation, all the way across the field to the right, you better have some decent protection up front. They protect him. He waits for it to develop, and he hits the speedster coming all the way from left to right for the huge gain for this offense.
To the air, it's Carey. Hauls it in. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Rush right in his face. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
And he got it! And they've made it a one-possession game here in the fourth quarter.
After hitting that field goal down a possession here late, one timeout in your back pocket, I'm thinking we're still going to see onside kick here. So, nice job by the kicker. They're knocking it through the uprights. Now the big question, can he execute the onside kick?
The clock is just inside 50 seconds to play. If they don't recover the onside kick, this one is all but over.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready.